Thank you very much, Mr. President and members. Just imagine that you are a parent of a 4-year-old child, and you're given the news that that child has been diagnosed with leukemia. And imagine being in that position and knowing that a simple bone marrow transplant might be what saves your child's life. But how in the world do you go about finding a donor that can make a match? Now imagine further that you're a member of a group that has unique genetic makeup, and it's a small group in the world, and that your likelihood of finding that match is that much lower because you're a member of that ethnic group. Well, that was the situation facing the parents of Alik Topalian 15 years ago when she was diagnosed with leukemia. And because of that experience, she became the inspiration for a movement that became a global movement. And that movement became the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry and its charitable trust. As a result of the leadership shown by Alik's parents in reaching out to Dr. Frida Jordan, who was then head of laboratory services at the Anthony Nolan Institute, which was one of the world's leading bone marrow registries, a new charity was formed that has done remarkable good for people around the world for the last 15 years. Dr. Jordan approached Dr. Sevak Avagyan, and together they spearheaded the creation of the registry, which has had volunteers from all over the world, as I mentioned. They created an independent, non-governmental, non-profit organization which has facilitated people who are unrelated, but for the fact that they have this linkage of genetic compatibility, which allows them to donate marrow and become lifesavers. In 2003, the registry facilitated its first transplant, and in 2005, the registry opened its Mariana Kazarian Center right here in Los Angeles. And in 2008, its state-of-the-art stem cell harvesting center in Yerevan, Armenia, which plays a vital role in stem cell transplants and the treatment of diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. To date, the registry has made tremendous strides over the last 15 years, and it has now more than 20,000 donors in the registry from 13 countries. The registry has identified 1,700 patients and 1,400 potential matches and has facilitated 12 life-saving bone marrow transplants. So it is a great honor and pleasure for me to join with all of you in marking the 15th anniversary of the creation of the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry. And it's my great privilege to introduce to you the President of the Board of Directors and the inspirational leader of the registry throughout all these years, Dr. Frida Jordan. Dr. Jordan.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Jordan, the President of Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry. Thank you, Paul Krekorian, for arranging this for us. And this, especially in this year, this is our 15th anniversary celebration year. Cancer affects all of us at some point in our life. You may personally have struggled with the disease, or most certainly everyone in this room had known a loved one who has. The Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry focuses on blood-related cancer, such as leukemia, which of course impact communities and ethnicities throughout the planet. 15 years ago, only a handful of people knew about the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry and its life-saving mission. Now we have over 26,000 potential donors and facilitate many transplants. Apart from donor recruitment and community outreach, our work is also carried out through our own stem cell harvesting center, the only one in its kind in the Caucasian region. This center has earned membership in and accolades from many of the world's top medical organizations. Here in Los Angeles, we have the privilege and responsibility of serving potentially hundreds of thousands of people. the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry ensures that a patient with life-threatening blood disease, now or in the future, will have a much better chance of survival. But these benefits don't stop there. The Bone Marrow Registry also presents the citizens of this great city with the opportunity to actually save a life by registering as potential donors or lending their support as volunteers and contributors. Today, as we celebrate our 15th anniversary, we salute the dedicated members of Los Angeles City Council and thank you all for your gracious recognition of our mission. With your help, we can save more lives in Los Angeles and beyond, in communities throughout the world. If anybody is interested to become a donor to our registry, they can go to our website, which is www.abmdr.am. And I'm very honored that today we are joined with our honorary chairperson, Dr. Bella Kocharyan, our executive director, Dr. Sevak Avakian, and most precious people in this gathering is also our patient, Alik Topalyan, and our donor, Arpine Zohrabian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jordan, and it's a great privilege to be joined by the former First Lady of the Republic of Armenia, Dr. Bella Kocharyan, who has been the honorary chairperson and driving force, as well as Dr. Avakian, who is, again, part of the beginning of this and has been a great leader since the beginning. But most of all, I told you about a young child who at 4 years old received the bad news of a diagnosis, and that was little Alik Topalyan. Well, I'm very pleased to be able to introduce to you now, 15 years later, Alik Topalyan, who is going to share her experience with all of us. Alik.
Good morning, everyone. I'm both honored and humbled to be speaking in front of you, the Los Angeles City Council. My name is Alik Topalyan, and I'm a childhood cancer survivor. Not only am I a cancer survivor, but I'm an Armenian American. What does this mean to me? To me, it means being a part of something much more than myself and my heritage. It means being a part of a group of people who can overcome all different forms of adversity. Armenians overcome. We are a small population, but we are very strong. We have had enough bloodshed, and we do not need to lose more of our population to a disease such as cancer. This is what brought this organization together. So many Armenians together to fight for one cause, a little girl who was sick. And now this cause is expanded to help others worldwide. I was that sick little girl. I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old with acute myeloid leukemia. I was given a 13% chance of survival if I was able to find a bone marrow transplant. And doctors said my best chance of a match would be from within the Armenian community. My family organized drives across the world looking for donors, but there was no success. I lost my right eye in the process and now wear a prosthetic. Thankfully, that is the only thing that I lost. I was able to go into remission with the use of experimental chemotherapy. I am now 20 years old and will be graduating college this year with a degree in psychology and hope to pursue my PhD starting next fall. Although I did not find a match, this is all possible because of people like you, the City Council, people who donate, who give life, and who care about the well-being of others. I have, as I am sure you have, lost people to this disease, both family and friends, people whom I love and people whom I will never get back. This is why we fight, so no one has to go through this form of pain. Be a donor, save a life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. And you know, it's so easy to register as a marrow donor, and it makes such a big difference to people. Somebody that you don't even know, somebody that you may never meet, their life might be changed, their life might be saved because of that simple act of registering as a bone marrow donor. And so I'm pleased to be able also to honor one of the bone marrow donors from the registry, Arpine Zohrabian. Arpine?
Hello, thank you very much. 7 years ago, I registered to become a bone marrow donor in hopes to save a life. About 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, I received a call that changed my life forever. On March 4th, 2011, I was notified that I was a potential match for a 3-year-old girl who had leukemia and had been only given 3 to 6 months to live. After doing further testing on April 4, 2011, I was told that I was a 100% match for this little girl. On May 4, 2011, I donated a part of my bone marrow to this little girl. She was given a second chance to live again, to laugh and to play again. And today she is 6 years old, cancer-free and happy, as should every child be. It's organizations like the Armenian Bone Marrow Registry that make this possible and give children and adults the second chance to live again. I urge everybody to become a donor and give another child or another human being a second chance to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Abmdr.am. And so, members, on behalf of the entire City Council of the City of Los Angeles, it's my great privilege to be able to present this resolution commemorating the 15 years of extraordinary global service, life-saving service performed by the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry Charitable Trust. Thank you very much, members. Dr. Jordan?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And step over this way so we can take a picture.
Two heroes. Let's give them another round of applause. There's angels in the City of Angels. Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Krekorian.